Hello and welcome to Mourneview Park in Lurgan for live international football as the Northern Ireland women's side take on Portugal in a European Championship qualifier. 4 days on from a 4-0 defeat against the same opposition.
Effort on goal. Parry. Penalty. She's taking her time, and she was very composed in the spot. Oliver's run again, this time the flag has stayed down. Super finish. The finish, very special. Flicked over and flicked in, it is 3. There is the 4th, deep in injury time. Oxby side have lost 4-0 away to the top seeds in the group. The 21st best team in the world, Portugal.
Can Northern Ireland turn things around this evening? The match is being played here at Mourneview Park in Lurgan because of ongoing work at Windsor Park in Belfast. It is going to be a special night for the Northern Ireland goalkeeper Jackie Burns as she wins her 50th cap at international level. Before the game, I caught up with the boss, Tanya Oxtoby. Tanya, how different a game do you feel this is going to be? And I'm not just talking about the climate.
Yeah, it's different conditions for sure, and obviously different pitch dimensions as well. So we're expecting them to probably come out and do something a little bit different and tweak things to try and exploit us, but we're ready for it, and looking forward to watching the girls apply another 90 minutes against a top quality side. It's
a smaller stadium, a more intimate stadium. How beneficial could that prove to be for the Northern Ireland players who are perhaps a bit more used to it?
Yeah, look, we're really hoping for a good crowd, to make the atmosphere a little bit uncomfortable for Portugal, and our girls are really looking forward to coming back here, playing at home, in front of our home fans. So, yeah, really looking forward to seeing how they get on tonight.
What changes have you made to your starting lineup?
Couple of changes. We obviously put in a massive shift on Friday, so got Jolie coming in to the starting lineup, Brenner and Cara as well. So we talk about it's a squad performance every single game, and this sort of shows that.
Your number one, Jackie Burns, has had a difficult spell out through injury. She's come back and obviously showed how important she was on Friday, for example. Massive night for her 50th cap.
Yeah, look, super proud of kind of the way that she's dealt with the last few months. It must have been really, really difficult for her. So to come back in and perform the way she has, we've missed her, and massive night for her tonight. She'll wear the armband, and hopefully she has another great performance for us.
Kick-off here is at 7 o'clock. There has already been one match played in the group already today. Bosnia and Herzegovina with a 2-1 victory over Malta. That was a late winner for Bosnia and Herzegovina, who leapfrogged Northern Ireland in the group table. It is currently scoreless in Group A between Sweden and the Republic of Ireland. So at this point before kick-off, this is how it looks in Group B3. Portugal flawless so far, 9 points from their 3 matches. They've scored 9 goals as well, yet to concede in this competition. They have certainly looked to have been the best side in the group up to this point. Bosnia and Herzegovina going in the second, courtesy of that victory over Malta. Some young Northern Ireland fans, quite a few Portugal fans as well inside at Mourneview Park. Conditions in Lurgan, as you would expect, very different from those in Lira on Friday night. Although the sun is out, the wind has subsided a little bit, and it is a lovely evening for football. And I'm delighted to say alongside me is Northern Ireland's only goal scorer in a major tournament, and a birthday girl today, Judy Nelson. Happy birthday, first of all.
Thank you very much, Thomas. 21 again.
This game, how important is it in the context of the group, and how different do you feel it has a potential to be from Friday night?
Yeah, I've listened to the media interviews back after the game, and I think they've reflected on their performance from Friday night, and they're really relishing the challenge coming into tonight. They know it's not going to be any easy feat again against Portugal, but I think they'll be better prepared tonight than they were on Friday.
The Portuguese tactics on Friday night, looking to play that long ball, and the offside line was pushed a couple of times in the first half, and Northern Ireland just about got away with it. Then in the second half, 2 of the goals scored by way of that route. How is that for a defender, first of all? And in terms of some of those marginal decisions, do you feel that Northern Ireland get the rub of the green?
Yeah, there were a couple. Obviously, the game was in Portugal, and it's likely that they probably got a bit of advantage from that. But I think as the game went on, Portugal started to time their runs better as well. And as a defender, if there's no pressure on the ball, then you're always taught to drop. And maybe Northern Ireland could have noticed that and recognised that slightly earlier and started to drop a little bit earlier. But the timing of Portugal's runs was excellent as the game went on, and as you say, created 2 or 3 goals in the second half from that.
And is that where you stop it at its source?
Ideally, yes, if you can get pressure on the ball. It's easier said than done when you're playing a nation like Portugal, especially whenever they had time and space in some kind of their wing back areas. But I'm sure it's something Northern Ireland will be looking to rectify tonight.
Well, the players are in the dressing room and they're about to make their way onto the pitch. There are some of the Portuguese fans. Special night for Jackie Burns, the Northern Ireland goalkeeper, in her 50th cap. Well, captain Northern Ireland for this game. We will run through the teams in a moment. The officials just waiting for the go-ahead to make their way onto the pitch, and a word for Jackie Burns.
Yes, fantastic to see Jackie getting that 50th cap. I'm sure this time last year she maybe thought it was never going to happen, given the severity of the injury that she had, but it shows the strength and character that Jackie has, that she was able to come back from such a major injury, and delighted to see her walk out tonight and earn her 50th cap. She's been a stalwart of the team for the last probably 5 to 10 years now, and it's great to see.
The wing backs, Alves, Amado. Not unsurprising that Amado's been given the start for this one. How dangerous they have the potential to be over the next 90 minutes.
Yes, Amado was very dangerous whenever she came on, and obviously Alves scored both 2 out of the 4 goals the other night, and I think that's where their strength was, in those wide areas. So I think they'll be pivotal in the game tonight again. Big
night in store for Northern Ireland, walking out at Mourneview Park this evening. The second game in this double-header against the top-ranked team in the group. And before the game, we of course are going to go through the formalities. The lineups almost complete as we now prepare for the anthems. Plenty of star quality in that lineup.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Portugal. Please remain upstanding for the national anthem of Northern Ireland.
There's Tanya Oxtoby, Northern Ireland manager, alongside Roy Carroll, the goalkeeping coach. Let's look at the two starting lineups. For the home side, 3 changes from Friday night.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and
Income
welcome to Moorview Park for this evening's
McPartlin in
European Women's
midfield
Championship
alongside
qualifier
Hamilton
match between
and
Northern
Julie
Ireland and
Andrews, the
Portugal.
3 players
The
making
teams as
way.
follows.
Demi Vance,
Starting with Northern Ireland, the ball number 1,
Caldwell,
Zachary Burns,
and
2,
also
Rebecca
McCarran.
McKenna, 4, Rachel Duglio, 5, Brenda McPartlin,
3
6,
switches as
Laura
well
Rafferty,
for the
9,
visitors.
Simone McGill,
Pereira
10, Kerry Halliday,
is given the
14,
nod in
Laura
goals,
Whedon,
replacing
15,
Moray.
Rebecca Holloway,
Amado,
17,
who
Cara
scored
Hamilton,
off the
and
bench
20, Julie
on Friday,
Andrews.
is in from the start, and Diana Silva also starts again.
6, Adriana Giandito, 8, Adriana Norton, 9, Anna Borges, 15, Carla Costa,
Number 3,
16,
Alaves,
Diana
made such a
Silva,
difference
19,
on
Diana
Friday.
Gomez, 20, Francesca Nazariva, and 23, Talima Encafigo. The referee for this afternoon for this evening's game is Francesca Bigberg, assisted by Sina.
Your match officials are from Germany for this one. Anna Porques, the experienced skipper of Portugal. Jackie Burns experiencing it with Northern Ireland on cap number 50. Very proud evening for her. Borges, so much experience, winning cap number 173, the Sporting Lisbon player. Spent 3 seasons at Chelsea. Wade and McGill didn't have too many opportunities in the opposition half on Friday. It was all Portugal. Can they turn it round at home? Pre-match huddle from the Portuguese side. 3 games so far, 9 goals, none conceded. They're 13th in the rankings amongst European sides, and they will feel they're very much a top-tier country. Qualified for the last 3 major tournaments, including the World Cup last summer in Australia and New Zealand. Northern Ireland up against it. Their manager feels that they are better prepared than they were 4 days ago. There is Brenda McPartlin. One of those 3 switches who comes in midfield. And midfield is going to be key because, as you say, that's where Portugal really dictated the entire tempo of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the 2 holding midfielders from Portugal give the licence for the wing backs to push on. It looks like they're setting up in the same shape as they set up the other night, and Northern Ireland will be looking to be more aggressive in their press in there.
And Norton and Jacinto didn't really try and push up an attack. They were very disciplined. They almost let Borges and Gomez do that instead.
Yeah, absolutely. They give the wing backs the licence to go up the pitch, and they always had a solid base to win the ball back if Northern Ireland won it in the transition.
8 of the squad playing with Benfica. They've won the last 4 Portuguese league titles. Costa. Well won back by the home side, and it was a danger player. Alaves, so impressive. Lovely little bit of skill. And it was surprising that they were her 2 first international goals when you look at the way particularly she took the first one the other night.
Yeah, I was surprised when I heard that earlier from yourself, Thomas. I definitely think she looked like a season goal scorer of the 2 finishes that she had on Friday night, and hopefully she doesn't do the same again tonight.
It is a more compact pitch here, something that Northern Ireland will look to use to their advantage. Long ball off the head of Rafferty. Here's Alaves again. She might be operating as a wing back, but seems to have a license to roam anywhere in the pitch. Started the game as a right wing back, then moved to the left back when Amado came on, and she too had a big influence in the game. Well read by Holloway. booked in the first half on Friday night, but was very disciplined after that and led the back line for Northern Ireland. Here is Pereira, one of those 3 switches. It's won back by Wade. McGill. Northern Ireland unable to have a shot on target on Friday night. Simone McGill just had a little glance across and it just straight offside.
Yeah, I think you're already starting to see, Thomas, that the slightly smaller pitch has helped Northern Ireland to get closer to the ball, and we're higher up the pitch and causing more problems already in the early stages of this game.
I think we'll have to make reference to the pitch. It is in phenomenal shape. The groundsman David here has worked very, very hard over the last number of weeks to prepare it for this fixture. Lovely surface here in Lurgan, and one very much fitting for an international game. Ongoing work on the pitch at Windsor Park at the moment. That's why it's not being played there. Holloway looks for McGill. That's a couple of times that she's received possession, has managed to hold it up. Borges back in the battle of the 2 number 9s. Now they play for a throw-in. Can't quite get used to the defender wearing number 9 in Borges' case, but when you have 173 international caps, I think you can wear whatever number you want.
Absolutely, you get the freedom to choose your number then, for definite.
Northern Ireland had very few opportunities in the opposition final third on Friday, and that one comes to nothing with the offside flag up, but it's certainly more positive early on.
Yeah, Northern Ireland have started the game on the front foot, and it's good to see them getting in and around Portugal and putting them under pressure. And as we said, they had more time and space on the ball the other night than Northern Ireland would have liked, so it's good to see.
You can probably tell more from our mics. We're in the stand on the opposite side of the main one, if you like, here at Moorview Park, and there are a lot of Portuguese fans here. There's a Ronaldo top in front of me, and a number of Portuguese tracksuit tops as well. Plenty of Northern Ireland supporters nestled amongst the visitors, though. As Alaves manages her second nutmeg, and we've only played 4.5 minutes. Halliday, nice link-up play to find McGill. Big chance for Northern Ireland, and they've hit the ground running. What a start for the home side. A tap in for Wade. Lovely link-up play between Halliday and McGill. They didn't have an effort and go 4 days ago. They were ready to find an end in the opening minutes here. Simone McGill looked into the middle, and Lauren Wade was in the right place to score international goal number 12. The perfect start. And it's everything that wasn't on show the other night.
Yeah, brilliant link-up play down the right side. A great through ball from Kerry Halliday, and Simone's looked up and recognised that Lauren Wade's coming across the middle of the goal, and great ball and great finish.
Well, that's a bit of a turn up for the books. First goal that Portugal have conceded in the group. And it's recognition of the way that Northern Ireland have started this game. It's been more purposeful, it's been more positive. And they now have a 1-0 lead. Long way to go though. Portugal's first attack of numbers over here. Alaves, so close. Such a dangerous, dangerous player, Lucy Alaves. Tried to pick her spot in the top corner. And we praised her a lot in the early stages in the build up to this game, but in some ways, Northern Ireland's goal comes from a position where she if she was more defensively minded, perhaps should have been back helping out, and that is, even though it's a massive strength for Portugal going forward, it does create a weakness at the back, and Northern Ireland have exposed that.
Yeah, that's where there's space. You know, if Northern Ireland can get the ball into those areas, because as you say, they've pushed up so high, the two wing backs. It's just a case of being able to get the ball into those areas, and you know, we did it excellently for the goal, and hopefully we get back in there a few more times as the game goes on.
Flags up again. Think I'll change the way they play.
It looks like it's given them a bit of a wake-up call anyway, because they looked like they were kind of coasting at the start of the game, and now they found themselves 1-0 down. I think they've stepped it up a little bit since that.
But even more specifically, the two wing backs, do you think it'll change their mentality, or have they just been given the green light to keep going forward no matter what?
No, I think they'll just go forward no matter what, and you know, hope that the back three that are behind them can provide the cover needed.
Burns squeezes it out, but it's straight to Alves. It was between two Portugal players, and the effort is gathered by the goalkeeper. It was Nazareth with the pot shot just from the edge of the box. Started at a furious tempo. Quick clear by Wade. Worked across to Borges. Lovely footwork to edge her way past Jolie Andrews. She's continued her run. Well defended initially, but it's trying to play on the far side for a throw-in. Borges. It's an intelligent pass inside to Nazareth. Nice link-up play. Flipped in, and well, it's good defending initially from McKenna. Another chance, Alves again. Blocked by Hamilton. Diana Gomez. Costa, brilliant ball. I think, well, the flag actually stayed down. I wonder, did Alves make the run a little bit too early? This is the chance a moment to go. Alves again. Blocked by Hamilton. No mention already, but 2 goals in 22 caps. The kind of positions that Alves takes up, the quality she possesses, you would expect that to have been a lot greater than the 2 she hit Friday night. Holloway just takes her time over this throw, and it's probably the first time that either side has taken a breath in this game. It's been pretty relentless so far.
Yeah, it's been a fast-paced start from both sides.
Halliday played a massive part in the goal, linking up with McGill. Dugdale. That was a big factor as well on Friday night, that Norton and Jacinto were able to put such pressure on the Northern Ireland players when they were playing the ball out of defence.
Yeah, I think it was definitely an area that Portugal had identified to target Northern Ireland, because their press was really good on Friday, and Northern Ireland are going to have to be wary of that again tonight.
Bodies in between Norton and the goalkeeper managed to smother the initial effort, and Northern Ireland win the free kick. That early goal from Lauren Wade separating the sides. Northern Ireland have actually just won 1 of their last 8 matches here at Moorview Park. Halliday to McGill, back to Halliday. Little toe poke from Wade to try and link up with McGill. It's really good pressing from the striker. Simone McGill, you can never question her work rate. I mean, she must have covered a huge amount of ground on Friday, but she looks bang up for this one, and she's making a real nuisance of herself amongst those Portugal defenders.
Yeah, I think the defenders just looking a bit more time and space in the ball there, and you're not going to get that with Simone playing against you. You know, as you say, she worked her socks off on Friday, and she won a couple of corners, probably out of nothing, and you know, she made the Portugal defenders work hard all night.
Andrews. Speaking of corners, there's Northern Ireland's first of the game. And that new look midfield. Simone McGill just on the edge of the penalty area, position that she took up for the set pieces on Friday night as well. There's the run towards the near post. She's the intended target. Flicks off for the head of the defender. Driven goalwards by Andrews. Portugal didn't look particularly comfortable from that set piece. They just about hack it away. Defender took that one in the face. It was Diana Gomez. Andrews, not dissimilar from the only goal she's scored at international level. That was against Austria away as Jackie Burns is forced to backtrack. There's the high press in action once again. McKenna finds McGill. Just a lax pass from McPartland, the Burnley player who had a long time away from the international game. Made her debut in 2017 against Wales, then returned for a recent camp and gets a start this evening. Silva, Portugal have players forward here. Amado. Simone McGill, the only Northern Ireland player further up the pitch, and Oxtoby side starting to get very, very deep now. Game settling down a little bit as Portugal try and find their shape.
It's well read by Rebecca McKenna to come across and cut that out.
So consistent on the right side of defence. Gomez thought about going long. Here is Silva. Teammate almost seemed to get in her way there. Good defending this time from Hamilton. It's one back from Holiday. Portugal pinned into that corner of the pitch then. Switch it across. Really good idea. It was a ball from Carol Costa. Had just too much on it. Encarnacio, the player who had the initial cross blocked. The early Simone McGill goal separating the sides so far. Sorry, Lauren Wade goal, Simone McGill played a big part in it. McGill trying to link up with the goal scorer on the far side, but it's won back by that Tigers Portuguese midfield. Andrews does very well initially, but then loses out to the covering player, Nazareth. Just looked like it was going to open up for a second for Northern Ireland there.
Again, you can see the patience that Portugal are showing there. You know, there was an opportunity maybe for them to go more direct, and you know, they just came back out and round again because they probably weren't set up in their attacking structures just how they wanted to be.
Olive has an acres of space in this near side if she can be found. Hamilton scurries across and does get there. Lifted in. There's the equaliser. Headed in by Nazareth. Cross was Malvez. And Portugal level. It's Nazareth's 8th goal. She was top scorer in the Portuguese league last season. Julie, you spoke about the patience, but Portugal were clinical when they got into that final third.
Yeah, and again, it's Alves in the wide area, you know, causing problems, coming in on the right foot, an excellent ball in, and you know, got in between the two Northern Ireland defenders, and an excellent header down into the bottom corner.
There's a happy man. And just having the foresight to play it out slowly from the back, to shift it across to the right side, and then hit Northern Ireland with a crossfield pass. Portugal really showing their quality. Has been manager there for a long time, edging towards 100 games, Neves. Visitors had 15 attempts on goal on Friday. Scored 4, hit the crossbar as well. And also with 7 offsides, and a lot of those offsides, particularly in the first half, were very tight. You can see what they were trying to do. They tweaked it a little bit after interval, and 2 of the goals were almost carbon copies of one another. Straight up in the air. Well, now have to try and find a way to get into the opposition half. They've managed to do it now with McGill. Holloway. How worried would you be about that press and the fact that Portugal seem able to win back possession with relative ease, and they've done it once again?
Yeah, I think Northern Ireland a few times have identified that maybe they need to go slightly longer at times. I know obviously that's their style, and that's how Tanya wants them to play, to build from the back, but sometimes you have to maybe recognise, you know, that's not the best option at times, and you might have to go slightly longer just to ease a bit of pressure.
Alaves plays it back to Gomez. Alaves wants a little 1-2. Instead it's the goal scorer Nazareth who checks back and spreads towards the captain. Pass had a little bit too much on it. I suppose the one difficulty with that, Julie, is that when you look upfield, there aren't that many targets for Northern Ireland players to try and hit, because they're all back trying to help out in defence. Yeah,
that's the difficulty with it. I mean, anytime the ball's come into Simone, you know, she's done really well to link up and the play, but you know, she's not going to out-fight and out-battle against 3 defenders every time.
She's up against 2 right now. Where the goalkeeper plays it out, has already faced more shots than her colleague Moray did on Friday night. Burns wants movement. McParlin found Holloway, and you can see that Portuguese players swarming round it. The Northern Ireland ones. Holloway just had a little bit of a nibble there on Amato. It's probably a tackle she had to make in that situation because the visitors were surging forward.
Yeah, she did well initially, and then, as you say, the press just came on. There was 2 or 3 players around her.
Portugal go into this game having won their last 5 in the bounce. Another challenge from a centre half is going to be penalised. This time it's Laura Rafferty with the outstretched leg. Portugal get play back underway quickly, and Holloway's clearance right up in the air, advanced on by Andrews. Alphonse. Gomez. Silva trying to flick it on, but there was nobody there. I know we spoke about this on Friday night with Ashley, but the combination of Costa and Borges, one has 173 international caps now, and one has 167. That's incredible longevity.
Yeah, it's an incredible record, and you know, a fair play to them to keep themselves available and fit and available for however many years it's taken to get them that. I'm sure it's taken quite a few.
Still central parts of this squad. You would have thought certainly 200 isn't outside the realms of possibility for that duo.
Yeah, and there's more caps now available for teams, especially with the Nations League format, and they're still not old by any means, both players. So it's definitely within their realms of them getting that.
Yeah, about 10 international or 12 international fixtures over the course of a year now. There were times when you were playing, Julie, you were maybe getting 1 or 2 during that time frame.
Yeah, but I love the 15 years of 10 to 12 caps.
Do you feel it massively benefits the international game, or certainly is in terms of a squad like Northern Ireland's, where you've got a mixture of part-time and full-time players getting together 3 or 4 times more over the course of a season?
Yeah, it's familiarity between the players, especially with a new setup. Now Tanya's been in, I know she's been in 9 months, but it's still relatively new to the players, and the more you can get them together more often, the more beneficial it will be. And playing teams of the level of Portugal in those top positions can only help to improve players individually, but also collectively as well.
Hamilton does very well to show strength, to keep the ball initially, and also avoid it running out over the end line for a throw-in. Northern Ireland had 1-1 though, slightly further up the pitch. .25 minutes played. Northern Ireland taking an early lead through Lauren Wade's goal. It was a really well worked goal. Halliday and McGill also involved in it, and then Portugal hitting back with a header from Nazareth.
Good play from Northern Ireland. They're locking them into one side and not allowing them to get the ball out of their feet and transfer it.
Halliday. Nazareth having more of an influence in this game than she did on Friday. A lot more of the ball going through her. Plays just behind that front two of Silva and Uncanacho. Little run being made by Silva. Good pass back to the goal scorer, Nazareth, and it's tipped over the top by Burns. Said she was having more of an influence. There's another example.
Yeah, she's definitely a threat coming through the middle of the pitch tonight, and another top save by Jackie, carrying on her form from Friday.
And that wasn't really a factor in Lyra, her runs.
No, I think they struggled to get her on the ball in Lyra, and you know they're finding more space in those areas tonight.
Defending to do from this corner kick. Towards that near post area. It was Costa who was trying to get on the end of it. Costa's actually scored in every single one of Portugal's matches so far in this group. There's another look at the save from Burns. Two clean sheets in her last 4 games going into this one. It's now going to be 2 and 5, 17 over the course of her 50 caps. Was out for 18 months before coming back in recently, and she's been first choice ever since. Jackie Burns. Very popular figure as well. Always bubbly around the squad, and made that switch to Reading after the Euros, and it's good to see her back playing with her club as well.
Yeah, Jackie's been a top player, as you say, Thomas, for Northern Ireland, especially over recent years. You know, with her ability with the ball at her feet, you know, it's been pivotal how Northern Ireland have played, and delighted to see her, as we said at the start, getting her 50th cap tonight, and you know, back playing for Reading as well. She's
very much a modern keeper, isn't she? You know, you've mentioned that she has that ability to play almost as a, I know it's been coined a sweeper keeper, but she's not afraid to pass out the back like we're seeing right now. But it hasn't worked out this time, and Portugal could be in here. They've gone ahead. Possession given away cheaply, and Norton squeeze it in at the near post, and that's the danger.
Yeah, there's always that risk. I think it's the ball into the middle of the pitch is the one that's causing Northern Ireland problems. You know, the midfielders are coming in flat to receive the ball, and Portugal are pressing them and winning the ball back, and there's been a few chances created from that.
It did take a deflection on its way through. Norton, such an imposing, strong figure. Mentioned her earlier. So good at winning possession back. It's been evident this evening. Doesn't tend to push up too often, but spotted that little gap and showed that she is equally capable of hurting the opposition in that area. 5th time she's found in it for Portugal in her 87 caps, and having taken the lead, Northern Ireland now find themselves behind, but on the attack. Andrews does really well again to win it. Can she find a teammate? McGill was in the middle, didn't quite make it that far. Here's Wade, she loses out. Rafferty, Andrews going to have another chance. Norton's there again. Positional play's really good. Norton makes it look very easy at times, but a lot of the hard work is done off the ball, and she's also popped up with a goal. Neves not happy, the manager. how do Northern Ireland try and find a way to get back on that front foot? Because since Portugal equalised in particular, it's been all the visitors.
Yeah, I think they are doing a better job at winning the ball back whenever they give it away. You know, higher up the pitch, they're not giving Portugal just as much time and space when they are up the pitch. But the difficulty is, you know, as you say, Portugal, as you can see now, you know, there's time and space in the ball, and Northern Ireland struggling to get up the pitch a bit. So, you know, ideally if they can start to edge every time there's a sideways pass or a backwards pass, you know, edge a yard, edge a couple of yards, and they'll push up the pitch and get closer to the ball. Stop those crossfield switches. They're the balls that are causing problems at the moment.
And this is one of the players causing problems. Pulled back, dealt with by Rafferty. Edge of the box, tackle was a good one from Andrews, and somehow it was Jacinto who still managed to hold on to it. Silva, can't afford to concede again. McKenna gets her head on. Norton driven goalwards. Acrobatic effort over the top from Encarnacio.
She tried one of those on Friday as well, from memory.
It's just relentless at the minute, isn't it? It's probably actually the game that we maybe expected.
Yeah, I think based off Friday, you know, this is the kind of game that you would have been expecting. But Northern Ireland started the game excellently, and as you say, since the first goal Portugal scored went in, you know, they have started to step up and take control of the game, and Northern Ireland need to reset again, and it's good to see they've taken the option to go longer on this goal kick and take a bit of the pressure off. It
was interesting to hear right at the start of the game, you kind of almost suggested that Portugal thought this was going to be a walk on the park for them, and it maybe even took that Northern Ireland goal to kind of wake them up a little bit and spark them into the action. Yeah,
I think that's only natural, you know, based off the amount of possession that they had on Friday and the number of chances that they created. You know, it's only natural to think that it's going to be an easy game again, but you know, Northern Ireland took the game to them in the early stages, and as we say, it was a bit of a wake-up call for them.
Well, they're certainly in full flight now. Norton, another player who's really stood out. Flags up. And 7 offsides on Friday night, and they do like playing that early ball.
Yeah, the positive thing from a Northern Ireland point of view is the good high line, and you know.
Oh, you're a centre half. That's spoken like a true centre half, Julie.
Yep, it's one for the defenders. That definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. When it works in unison, I have to say it's great, and
it's great, and you also don't have to run 40 or 50 yards back, so it's equally good.
Well, it's been tested a couple of times. We showed that little bit of analysis before the game, and that long ball over the top, and it was marginal offside decisions that went the way of Portugal on Friday night. They had a couple of the goals. Certainly the second one in particular was a key point in the game just after half-time. Pereira. Not long. Alves just had a little glance up. Run was being made by Silva. McKenna, the closest defender, give away a penalty, of course, on Friday. Made sure she didn't do the same this time. Borges. Anna Gomez. Amado loses out. Miguel, 2 around her, she's going to have to go herself. Tried to link up with Cara Hamilton. Back though with McParlin. Halliday wants it further up the pitch. Instead, it's back to McKenna. In transition, Northern Ireland do look very good, and in particular, McGill. A little burst from the home side of positivity. We'll look at that incident a moment ago between McKenna and Silva. It's easier said than done, but when Northern Ireland find a way to bypass Jacinto and Norton, there are gaps.
Yeah, I think that showed there, and Simone, as we said at the start, is doing an excellent job of holding play up and bringing teammates into play.
Well, a free kick. There's going to be a talking to as well for Holloway. You've had a few of them, Julia. Is that a case of last chance?
That's definitely our last chance. Yeah. I'm surprised she got away with it, to be honest, because she had one probably 5-10 minutes ago too. But
it's always a sign as well when the referee points to the spot where the last infringement happened earlier in the game.
When they start totting them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, then you know you're in trouble.
Skids off the head of Halliday and inadvertently actually put her own defence under pressure. Here's Burns. That's definitely that duo of Norton and Jacinto hunting together in that middle sector of the pitch.
Yeah, I think any ball kind of into Brenna McPartland or Jolie, you know, they're targeting, and as soon as the ball goes into those areas, they're pressing, and they're doing it very well at the moment.
And look, I suppose the easy thing is to say you don't play the ball in that area of the pitch. It's easier said than done, because that's the most direct route to move it through then, to then shift it up towards the likes of Wade and McGill. So how do you mix that up? Yeah,
I think potentially those two players could actually go closer, you know, run as if they're going to get the ball, to drag the two players out, and then there is space in behind into Simone's feet, and with runners off her, we are causing Portugal a threat, but as you say, it's easier said than done. And I think that the wind is playing a factor. You can see Jackie's kick starting to hold up there a bit as well, because she would usually get more distance than that, so it's maybe not just as easy in the first half to play over the top of the midfield. Well,
as you could probably tell from the pre-match interviews and the piece to come before the game, the breeze has actually died down a little bit, because it was like having a wind machine in front of you for an hour before the game.
Good Northern Irish summer day.
Cut back towards the edge of the 6-yard box and over the top. And whilst it was windy, it was sunny, and I mentioned the pitch and how good it looked. The Portuguese manager was here a couple of weeks ago, and I think it's fair to say that he wasn't exactly delighted with the condition at Moorview Park, and felt that maybe it wasn't up to international football, and thought the pitch was a little bit patchy. And the groundsman said to him, "Don't worry, by the time you're here, it'll be perfect." And he said, "I'll tell you what, if you think it's good, will you get me a signed jersey?" And just before the game, the manager popped in the dressing room, came out to David and said, "There's a jersey. It looks better than I could ever have expected."
There we go, job done. Happy days. Yeah, it's definitely looking like a bowling green out there. It's in excellent condition, especially after such a quick turnaround after the end of the men's season.
But it's also kind of nice to hear stories like that as well.
Absolutely.
It's nice to hear as well that the manager has that degree of involvement in the build-up to a game, and is maybe pushing the boundaries as well of his job. But he's been there a long time. I said he's edging towards 100 games as manager, which is a lot at international level, and gets involved in every single aspect of this Portuguese side's play. He's well wrapped up there. He was wearing a full suit for in 29 degrees heat on Thursday. It's not surprising he decided to stick on an extra layer for this one.
Surprised he doesn't have a hat on as well in these conditions.
I think if it was packed, he would have. Judging before the game, I don't think he's used to this climate. Just be thankful the game isn't in February in this international break, but it's Simone McGill battling away for it. Wade drills it in, another corner kick.
Well, I heard Ashley mentioning the other night, the time we beat Portugal back in 2017, it was so cold, it was unbelievable. You think you're going to Portugal for a nice bit of sun, and there definitely wasn't that.
Conditions very different. And later on Friday night, I think it's very hot and humid. Heading towards that near post area. Everyone back for the visitors. Here's Nazareth, who scored their first goal. Might be wearing number 10, Carrie Halliday, but it's worked very well off the ball.
Yeah, and it's not something, you know, that Kerry would be renowned for. You know, she's more renowned for her tactical flair than her defensive capabilities. But as you can see, she's doing a job for the team and doing it very well tonight.
If you're going to make it to the top at this level in particular, you kind of have to do the dirty work too.
Yep, you definitely do.
Edging towards half-time, Northern Ireland took the lead early on through Lauren Wade, then Portugal hit back with a double, the first from Nazareth, the second from Norton. Second in particular, Tanya Oxtoby will feel really should have been avoided. Alves to take it the far side. See him again. Off the head of Holloway.
Looks like one of those sore ones right on top of the head.
Yeah, kind of takes quite a bit for Rebecca Holloway to stay down like that. She's now back on her feet as it's heading towards Diana Gomez. She's set up for this attack. Jacinto flicks it inside, and Northern Ireland have an opportunity to hit Portugal in the counter attack. Alves. Halliday who does just enough. Final few seconds of normal time in this first half. No sign of the board yet. There'll just be one extra minute play.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 1 minute added time. That's 1 minute of added time.
Nazareth. Alves. 20 seconds left in this first half. Gathered by Burns, and that should be the final attack. Just calms things down. An opportunity to go into the dressing rooms and regroup. Northern Ireland trail at the break. They took an early lead through Lauren Wade, but Portugal hit back with a double. It's been a lot more positive though from Tanya Oxtoby's side in terms of opportunities on goal. They have 45 minutes more to try and find a net again and get something from this match. Portugal started slowly before finding their feet and lead after 45 minutes on Jackie Burns' 50th cap. time at Moorview Park in this European Championship qualifier. It's Portugal who have the advantage. They lead Northern Ireland by 2-1 at the break. Julie, is that representative of the first half?
Probably as the half went on, yes. Northern Ireland definitely deserved their lead at the start of the game, but as we said, whenever that goal went in, it seemed to kickstart Portugal, and they started to dominate the play, the same as they did on Friday, and yeah, probably well worth their 2-1 lead just at this point in time.
Do you expect that there'll be change in the second half when you look at some of the players capable of making a difference on the bench?
Yeah, we've got great strength and depth in the bench, especially in attacking areas, and I would expect to see some of those players coming on that are in form for their clubs and coming on. And I heard Tanya talking about players wanting to come on and prove a point that they should be starting, and I'm sure that's what they'll be looking to do.
It was the perfect start for the home side. McGill laying it on a plate for Lauren Wade. Lovely link-up play initially through Halliday. And just to start, the Tanya Oxby side would have wanted.
Yeah, and it's a great ball across from Simone. She could have easily tried to shoot there and slice it perhaps, or miss the target, but she's recognised Lauren's running in, and good pass and good timing of the run from Lauren to not get caught offside on that.
Portugal then hit back with two themselves. Alves involved. A constant threat in the opening 45 minutes and a good header from Nazareth. Top scorer in the Portuguese top tier last season for her club. Finding the net to level up at 1 apiece here in Lurgan.
Excellent ball in and an excellent finish.
Visitors really piling on the pressure at this stage of the game, and Northern Ireland architects really of their own downfall in this situation. Norton won the ball initially and decided to force away forward before a deflected effort went past Burns at the near post.
Yeah, and probably if it doesn't take the deflection there, Jackie's comfortably saving that, but it's one of those unfortunate ones. The defender, is trying there to get a block, and it takes a touch off her and goes past Jackie.
So Portugal unbeaten in the group with a 100% record so far, ahead at the break here in Lurgan. The half-time scoreline is Northern Ireland 1, Portugal 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back your two teams, Northern Ireland and Portugal.
So the two sides out for the second half. Looks like there's going to be a change for Northern Ireland. Casey Howe coming on in place of McPartland. Howe's been a real spark off the bench over the last couple of camps. Player very much in form for her club Athlone.
Substitution for Northern Ireland going off, number 5, Brendan McFarlane. And going on, number 22, Casey Howe.
Obviously, McFarlane was playing that difficult position where she's the first outlet, if you like, for the ball out from the back. It's probably not the type of position that Howe is going to be taking up in this second half. So how do you think it's going to change Northern Ireland overall?
No, it looks like Casey's gone out on the right and Kerry Halliday's dropped into the centre of the pitch. Probably a similar setup in terms of shape by the looks of it, but just switched in personnel.
Northern Ireland made that fast start to the first half. It was Portugal trying to hit them right at the start of the second. McKenna. Play's been brought back for an offside. Encarnacio to Alves. Looping effort. By the time it reached the goalkeeper, Burns, it had little or no power on it. Easy take for her.
Yeah, I think they were hoping that Jackie was still off her line on that one.
Norton, one of Portugal's best performers in that first half. Borges. And when you see the way Borges plays, you can understand why she's so many international caps, so calm in possession, so disciplined in defence, as well as it's shifted across towards the run of Nazareth.
Yeah, I remember playing against her all those years ago. I remember she used to play with her hair down. So she's obviously bucked that trend and now ties her hair up.
I'm not going to say anything about hair bands after
yes.
Ashley hung me out to dry on Friday.
That would be advisable, I think.
Tiny Oxtoby. Well, Noah Side are very much in this game at this point. And it was right around now that Portugal scored their second on Friday night, and that really was the key goal in the game. Stop Northern Ireland in their tracks. Next goal here, absolutely crucial. Wade to McGill. Megan Bell unfortunately got injured for this game. Sarah McFadden too. Still coming back, as is Rachel Furness from injury. She bumped into Sarah McFadden not that long ago and she had the moon boot still on. Massive player in this side. Alves plays it in first time, and Encarnacio was a long way from goal when she headed it.
See the difference now with the length of Jackie's kicks compared to the first half.
Yeah, and perhaps it's something that Northern Ireland might look at, maybe trying to hit one of those early ones and look for McGill over the top.
Yeah, it's definitely something Northern Ireland can look at, especially with the pace of Casey Howe and Lauren Wade and those wide areas off Simone as well.
Chilly evening now in Lurgan. Hamilton can't quite get there. Not for the first time. It's Halliday who reacts first, but Quinto then wins it back. It's a poor ball, but Portugal get away with it. Borges and Alves looks long. Silva, decent first touch, but taken off her toe by Holloway. In the other game in the group, Bosnia and Herzegovina defeated Malta 2-1 thanks to a late winner, deep in injury time. Scored in the 94th minute of that game. Northern Ireland's next match is against Malta away, followed by the home fixture against Bosnia. You're now second in the group after those back-to-back wins over Malta. 2 hard-fought wins, it has to be said. Malta very much on paper supposedly the worst side in this group regard to rankings, but they've acquitted themselves very well. Obviously we're very stubborn at Windsor Park, and that 0-0 draw when Northern Ireland started their campaign, and Bosnia just about edging both of the matches against the opposition, so they will feel that they can pick up more points in this competition. Alves definitely left a foot in there and on Dugdale.
Better patience from Northern Ireland in possession now.
Wait. Tries to nod into the path of McGill. Kerry Halliday isn't playing like a 19-year-old, is she?
No, definitely not. She's doing well tonight, getting around the pitch and putting Portugal under lots of pressure and winning the ball back.
How excited should we be about her development? And you always talk about that, having to see the pathway, if you like. It's all well good on paper saying that there's a pathway between the 17s and the 19s and the senior side with no under 21s at women's level, but you know, to actually see a player come through, what can that do for some of the other young talented players in the Northern Ireland setup?
Yeah, I think that should give them confidence that there is a pathway there, and you know, they will get opportunities going forward. And you know, Kerry's been a standout player at her age group since she sort of came on the scene. I remember coaching her back when she was sort of 11 and 12 years old, and you could see at that stage, you know, how good that she was even then. But it's her drive and her desire and her work ethic to put in the hard yards and to do everything properly and take all the information on board that she's been given, and you know, to put that in with the natural talent that she has, and that's what's got her to where she is now. And
you look at, you know, you're pitting yourself against Norton and Quinto, two very experienced midfielders, and you've got a 22-year-old in Jolie Andrews and then a 19-year-old in Holloway. It bodes well for the future one, but it also says a lot about how much the management feel that they can shoulder that responsibility.
Yeah, and then sometimes that's what you get with younger players. They don't maybe have that degree of maybe apprehension that some more experienced players might have. You know, if playing these type of opposition before, you know, there's no fear and they just want to go and play with freedom and show what they're all about.
Run looked to be made a little bit too early, and the flag is eventually raised. So Burns, Rafferty, McGill and McKenna have played every single minute of the campaign so far. See a couple of substitutes getting ready on the far side, likes of Demi Vance and Nadine Caldwell, two that we may well see. I think Kerry Beattie might also be the warming up. There's a better shot. We'll see in a minute when they
it's Emily Wilson.
Eventually turn right. It is Emily Wilson. Should have actually looked at my screen as opposed to trying to pick them out across the pitch. It was only at the last minute I realised, but as per usual, you dig me out of the hole and identify that it is Emily Wilson.
Good defending from Rebecca Holloway again.
She's covered that position very well. Rafferty unable to make the challenge there. This one back by Halliday. 3 or 4 times you said that now.
Yeah, again, Northern Ireland gave it away, but then worked hard, quick on the press and won the ball back again. Something maybe they didn't do so well on Friday night.
It's easy to say it in an interview maybe and say that Northern Ireland will be better prepared. That's what Tanya Oxtoby said in the build up to this game, but it's harder to actually do it in the pitch. And when you look at the opening 55 minutes, they have been better prepared. They have been set up in a better manner, and they've hurt Portugal more than they did in the entirety of the 90 minutes on Friday.
Yeah, and I heard Rachel Dugdale's interview about how maybe it's a benefit to play in the same opposition within such a short period of time, because you remember the game really freshly in your head, and I'm sure they've analysed it with several meetings over the last few days, and taken that information on board and are carrying it out on the pitch.
Borges. Alves. Straight to Jolie Andrews. And also, when you lose a game 4-0, it focuses the mind. You're playing at the highest level of women's football, and you want to do better the next time naturally, and you want to push yourself, and you want to make sure that all those individual battles that happen all over a pitch, you win your one, and then try and also manage to come out on top of the collective tussle. Portugal have been really restricted since the break in terms of efforts on Jackie Byrne's goal, although Northern Ireland haven't been able to hurt the opposition at the other end of the pitch. Simone McGill felt she should have won a free kick there. Alves. Norton.
Love to know how many touches Norton's had in the ball tonight, because she's been pivotal to everything Portugal have done so far. She's constantly showing for the ball.
And again, a little bit like Nazareth, maybe wasn't quite as influential on Friday.
Yeah, but maybe
it's strange how a different game, a different pitch, a different performance, and they are the two difference makers, if you like, in this side.
Yeah, maybe that's something that Portugal have identified through their analysis, that they didn't really play through them on Friday, and I think we can see tonight that they're definitely their go-to players. They build through the middle of the pitch firstly, before then they go wide. Starting to find those spaces in between the lines there. Northern Ireland need to do a better job of shutting those off.
Going to be a corner kick.
I think Cara was too happy about that.
Going to be a change. That's the reverse of the one that happened
number 16, Diana Silva.
On Friday.
And going on number 10,
Diana Silva, star of this game, is replaced by Jessica Silva. Who started on Friday. Good ball in. Burns collects it. Looked straight up the pitch, but there was nobody there to try and fire it to.
Well read from Jackie there.
Very accomplished goalkeeping. Good pressure from McGill. It's just that extra touch that Northern Ireland haven't quite managed. It was Wade who was peeling away on this near side, looking for the pass from McGill, but not for the first time. Yakinto does just enough. Norton to Alves. Borges just edges up the pitch, and even under pressure, Norton wanted it. And there's what she does so well. Wins it back. Plays a simple pass, and Portugal back up and running again. Borges looking for the run of Alves. Out comes Burns.
Again, looking for the same pattern that they worked on Friday night that was so successful for them, but well read by Jackie and good cover by Rachel as well on that one.
And when you look back through the phases, it's probably that patient build-up play that you identified in the first half that provides a platform for that ball over the top.
Yeah, because as they play more passes, Northern Ireland start to drift off them a little bit, and then they get that time and space to get their head up and play those longer passes.
It's probably also when you see the best of Borges as well.
Yeah.
Just find those little pockets, and then an example like that where she makes the little run inside, provides a space for Alves outsider, who then plays it over the top. It may look off the cuff, but it's very much planned. You can see that, and you can see that they've been reaping the rewards of it.
Yeah, they're all well versed in those movement patterns, and are quite effective whenever they do it. Just at that time the pass was just slightly too long. But
so if you're the opposition, how do you try and counteract that when it's it's maybe 2 minutes worth of the opposition being in the ball and looking for those little moments where they can try and create a mismatch?
Yeah, it's like we said in the first half, every time the ball goes backwards or goes sideways, then you need to look to start to step as a team instead of dropping off, and then you can get closer and try to get pressure on the ball.
Pressure on the ball coming from Simone McGill this time.
It's more like it.
Silva. Amado. Poor cross from her. I think it was Encarnacio at the back who was demanding the ball.
And again, I can hear Cara giving information to Kerry Halliday there as to where the player is off her shoulder, but they managed to get the pass through and play through the lines, and thankfully their final ball just wasn't quite good enough.
If you're Tanya Oxby, what are you thinking now? Do you make a change, or do you persevere and see what happens in the next 10 minutes? Because at 2-1, Northern Ireland still very much in this fixture, but next goal dictates the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think she'll probably bide her time for a little bit longer. I mean, there's not too much in the game at the moment.
Silva battled away by Burns. It was a big chance for Portugal. Silva's pace managing to get her past Rafferty, and Burns kept her cool, didn't gamble and forced a striker into it, making a decision. Good goalkeeping from Jackie Burns.
You can see Shirt McLaren's talking to Emily Wilson on the bench there, so it looks like she might be coming on shortly.
You can hear the crowd around us there. Actually Portugal fans who feel there's another goal in it for their side. They're starting to pile on the pressure.
Silva. Really good defending from McKenna.
Excellent. Excellent from Reba to get her body in the way and guide the ball back into Jackie.
I was speaking to those supporters at halftime. They wanted to say hello to their family back in Portugal, and there they are in full voice with the banners out. Successfully picked up by Scott, our cameraman. Alves. Hamilton. For Zamato on the far side, can't keep it in.
Yeah, Amado and Alves have switched in the second half. So it'll be interesting to see if they switch back again.
Jackie Burns needs a little bit of attention, so two squads come across to get a little bit of advice from their management teams. Calm, clear message going out from both groups. I think Burns is going to be okay. This midway point of the second half. If you're just joining us, all the goals came in the opening 45 minutes. Northern Ireland taking a lead very early on. Halliday, McGill and Wade all linking up, and it was the winger Wade who got in the end of it to add the simplest of finishes. Portugal though, heading back. Header from Nazareth, followed by an individual effort from Norton after she had won possession back from Northern Ireland. We're back underway again. Carol Costa, 167 international caps, 3 goals already in the group. Just over the head of Halliday. Hamilton and Andrews do very well to get the ball back. Here's McGill. Forced towards the sideline. Good defending though from Portugal and Gomez. Casey Howe hasn't really managed to get into this game yet. Probably says a lot about the amount of possession Portugal have had, particularly in this second half. Been very much one-way traffic since the break, though Burns hasn't had a huge amount to do that. See if Silva a moment ago, the best of her stops.
Yeah, I think Portugal, you know, you can see that they feel comfortable now that they've got the lead. Even when the ball went back to the goalkeeper 10 minutes ago, she was happy just to keep her foot on it and wait for Northern Ireland to come and put some pressure before she moved it on.
Borges. Just over 20 minutes of this qualifier still to go. It was a dominant display from Portugal on Friday, but it hasn't
been anything like that this evening. At what point do you maybe go for it? You need to go. At what point do you maybe kind of go for it and maybe decide that the defensive shape can be tweaked and you can commit a couple more players forward? Because let's face it, Northern Ireland need to get up the pitch and need to start threatening.
Yeah, and that's a tricky decision for the manager on the sideline. Is, you know, yes, there's a risk if you go to a slightly more attacking formation, and because Portugal are definitely a threat going forward. But as you say, they need to score, and they need to get further up the pitch. So I don't think it'll be too long. Maybe within the next five minutes or so, and there may be a tactical change, or maybe bring on some different personnel to look to get further up the pitch and have a go.
Well, look, some of the players at Northern have at their disposal in behind. Wesley Callahan, of course, who stepped away from the captaincy recently, the Cliftonville player. Kelsey Burrows as well, alongside of Chloe McCarran, Danielle Maxwell and Louise McDaniel.
Yeah, see, Emily Wilson's still getting a good warm-up over there. So
yeah, she's been warming up a while.
I don't think it'll be too long before we see her, but
she's actually out alongside Lauren Perry, the goalkeeper, at the moment. That I think is more.
I think that was more precautionary.
Yeah, I think it's more precautionary. Certainly the way she's walking back as well. It's a little bit of dialogue between Roy Carroll and Jackie Burns too, just to try and maybe get a message onto the pitch. Changes coming up for Portugal.
Emily Wilson's finally ready to come on too.
Marchow is going to come on for Portugal. Started the match on Friday night. Holiday. Norton. Well positioned as per normal. Wilson still waiting. He's just been given the green light. Northern Ireland's second change, and it is a goal score being withdrawn. Lauren Wade popped up with that close range finish early on. It's been a really good outlet.
And going on, number 19, Emily Wilson.
And Emily Wilson will replace her. Just waiting confirmation of the Portuguese switches, which aren't quite ready to happen yet. Alves. Nice little 1-2 with Encarnacio. Rafferty gets it away. Now Borges. Good powerful run from Jacinto. Norton. All the way back to Borges. There's not an Northern Ireland player inside the Portuguese half. Approaching a quarter of an hour to go in this European Championship qualifier. Northern Ireland's fourth game in the group. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat so far. Picked up by McKenna. Still going, Rebecca McCann. I think she's going to run out of space. Hasn't had too many chances to power forward like that. It's one of her greatest assets. Now it's time for that Portuguese change, and it's Nazareth, the goal scorer, is coming off. Dolores Silva introduced in her place, and it's Alves, such an influential player in Lira, who makes way as well.
Number 20, Francesca Naziri, and number 3,
Marchal.
Alves, and going on number 14, Dolores Silva, and 5, Joanna Marchacho.
So Marchal moves across to the left side. That's where she started on Friday. Amato now switched on to the right. It's quieting down a little bit in this second half, and in terms of opportunities, it seems a long time ago that Northern Ireland took the lead, but it was a frantic start to the game. Here is Marchal. Decent ball forward, but gathered by Burns. Tanya Oxtoby hasn't lost back-to-back games at any stage. This is her 12th match in charge. 4 wins during that time, and just one of them has been at home. It was actually her first match against Albania, 1-0 victory. Couple of draws as well in the playoff encounter against Montenegro, and game against Hungary too, and then also the scoreless encounter against Malta. Two and a half years since Northern Ireland actually scored more than 1 goal in a home game. Armado's on the ball right now. Watched all the way by Dugdale at the expense of a corner.
Yeah, well defended by Dugdale there, kept her feet moving and intercepted it at the right time.
Hasn't looked out of place playing the left-hand side. Probably would feel she's more of a predominantly right-sided player, but no Demi Vance for this game.
Yeah, and I know that's somewhere Tanya Oxtoby's looked to use Rachel in the few occasions that she's been on the pitch on the left side, so definitely something that she's identified Rachel can do.
Towards the near post, dealt with by McGill. Can Halliday get there? Does very well to force Jacinto into making a decision. All the way back with the goalkeeper Pereira. Borges. Nice touch from Holloway, but then gives it away to Marchal. Silva on the move straight away. Didn't have any support in the middle, but Rafferty still had to make that call. Concedes the corner. Northern Ireland have dealt with set pieces pretty well so far. And they'll do so again from this one. A poor delivery. Been absolutely everybody.
Yeah, Marshall's just on, so it's 2 poor deliveries in a row from her.
Visitors pushing up from this. Well, initially we're pushing up from the goal kick, thinking that Jackie Burns was going to go short. Andrews. Just over 10 minutes to go here. Norton. Free kick goes the way of Portugal. I think it was as much for the pull back from Julie Andrews as it was from the tackle from Rafferty.
Yeah, she had a handful of Norton shorts
yes.
there.
Well, it's the only way to stop Norton. She's been brilliant on the ball and off it as well. She been your standout player?
Yeah, for me tonight she's controlled the game, and her and Nazareth in the middle, but especially Norton. You know, in and out of possession, and even if she's given the ball back away, she's won it back straight away, and she's joined up the play exceptionally tonight.
Yeah, no wonder she's got a smile on her face. The way that she's played.
As a defender, you'd definitely be happy with a player like that playing in front of you.
So reassuring, so solid. Marchal and Jacinto standing over this free kick. Plenty forward in the middle. It's another poor delivery from Marchal. Better tackle though from her.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if she gets on another set play with those 3 deliveries.
All day feeling the full force of that one, but the referee was very close to it and decided it was all ball from the Portuguese substitute. A little bit of trickery in a dangerous area of the pitch. Hamilton. Again. Look at the pressure put on by Norton, at least the mistake. It's relentless from the midfielder. As soon as Northern Ireland get possession, Norton's right on top of it.
Yeah, I think Northern Ireland need to move it quicker. If they take that extra touch, Norton's on top of them and going to win the ball back most times.
Eight minutes to go. Throw in over on the far side. Jacinto. Silva. Encarnacio. Jacinto loses out to Andrews and is picked up by McGill. Can Northern Ireland shift it forward quickly? Norton. Amado. Still Amado. Dugdale battling with her. Goal kick. Good defending again. Amado. Encarnacio unable to take it down. Amado stayed up and the flag goes up. Changes are coming. Looks like Nadine Caldwell is going to be one of them, and I think it could well be, is it Danielle Maxwell?
No, Louise McDaniel.
Or Louise McDaniel. Some last minute instructions over in the far side from Stuart McLaren, the assistant manager. Norton. Andrews. That's better. Here's Wilson. Players flooding forward. Wilson takes on Borges, who uses all of her experience. Good challenge from the defender, and it's probably the first time that Northern Ireland have committed players forward, not been afraid to have a go. Look at the likes of Andrews and Halliday making a run inside, but Wilson, if she'd been able to evade Borges, had options in the middle. Wasn't to be this time.
Yeah, excellently timed challenge there, but a good counter attack from Northern Ireland.
Decent delivery. Goalkeeper's comfort hasn't collected. Wilson forces it goalwards. Here's Howe. Back to an area where Halliday was trying to get to, didn't quite manage it. Didn't look that comfortable from the goalkeeper. Dugdale. Northern Ireland are having a go here. See Holloway down there in the 6-yard box from that last attack. And I think Jackie Burns is perhaps having an issue with the back of her boot or her heeler.
Is that right foot again? So I'm not sure. She went down obviously on Friday evening with it, and earlier in this game as well, so it seems to be causing her some problems.
Another chance for the players to go across and get some instructions. 3 minutes to go. There's going to be some additional time added on. There's confirmation of the first substitution with Louise McDaniel replacing Kerry Halliday. Back-to-back starts for the teenager. And on comes Louise McDaniel. Nadine Caldwell, the other player who's coming on. And a change for Portugal as well. Ana Diaz. Cara Hamilton, the other Northern Ireland player, withdrawn.
Double substitution for Northern Ireland, going off number 10, Kerry Halliday, and 17, Cara Hamilton. And going on number 16, Nadine Caldwell, and 18, Louise McDaniel.
Burns, the captain, on the occasion of her 50th cap. Looks like she's going to be okay. And eventually, Ana Diaz is going to get an opportunity to come on. McDaniel's first involvement. Got to be another throw-in. There isn't a lot of space around Moorview Park, particularly this near side, to have a run-up for a long throw-in. Out comes Burns, and here's McKenna. McGill uses it well. McKenna. Nice link-up play. First time ball in by Howe. Didn't quite catch it.
I think there's been a tactical change after those 2 substitutions. Looks like she's gone to a back 4 now with Nadine Caldwell sitting in front of them.
Here comes that switch. And we will also get confirmation of any additional time added on in Carnaccio. The player makes way. There's a link-up play a moment ago.
Substitution for Portugal going off, number 23, Telma Encamiano. And going on, number 21, Ana Diaz.
Nice one-touch passing. And you can see how he was trying to do. 6 minutes for Northern Ireland to find a goal.
The 4th official has indicated a minimum of 6 minutes at a time. That's 6 minutes at a time.
Burns. Her clearance is half blocked. McKenna. Silva. 2 in the middle. Still Silva. Goes down, but it comes to nothing. Again, Rebecca McKenna showing her
The official
defensive
attendance
abilities.
for this evening's game is 1,711. That's 1,711, and we thank you all for attending
Confirmation
this evening's game.
of the attendance at the game. 1,711 fans at Moorview Park. Quite a few of them Portuguese. And right now, they are the fans who will be going home happier.
Again, it's that player Norton winning the ball back in those wide areas. She seems to be everywhere at the moment.
It's just been so influential. Scored the goal, but she's just dominated that entire midfield sector. In many ways, the goal kind of typified the game. Portugal winning the ball high up the pitch and taking advantage of it, but chances have been few and far between, particularly in this second half. Northern Ireland created very little since that opening goal in the opening minutes. They'll hope, though, that they're going to sign off in style with a late equaliser here. They've got just over 3 minutes to do so. Unsurprisingly, Burns is going to go long now. Caldwell. Straight up in the air from Murchao. Good turn by Silva. Northern Ireland need the ball back. They've got it. Silva, though, goes down. There was a little trouble with the jersey from McDaniel. It's just going to eat up a few more seconds. And Portugal be happy enough to see this one out and leave Lurgan with 3 more points.
Yeah, I think they win the group tonight, Thomas, if they win.
Yep, they would be on 12 points. Bosnia are on 6. There are 6 points still up for grabs, but Portugal already have what you would think is an unassailable goal difference. So they would all but claim first place in the group, and everything that brings in terms of the next step in the qualification process. It's a very different route towards the European Championships if you're in the second tier. Effectively, as long as Northern Ireland don't finish bottom of the group, they will get opportunities, but those opportunities become more and more difficult as Dugdale goes down after a coming together with Silva. Referee deciding that a Portuguese corner kick was a correct decision. It's a lovely bit of skill to somehow find a way past Silva, urged to get back on her feet. It's Wilson, wins it back. Amado. I think that actually hit off her own player in Silva. Look at this turn here. Oh, it's lovely. Brilliant little bit of skill. And unfortunately, from Northern Ireland's point of view, there hasn't been a late flurry. They haven't been able to get into the opposition's half. It's been a professional performance by Portugal. Certainly the toughest challenge that they've had so far in the group. Northern Ireland have made it very difficult for the opposition.
Yeah, and a lot of times in the second half, Portugal have looked for that longer ball, which they didn't look for as much in the first half, and Northern Ireland have dealt with it well.
You see a lot of Portuguese flags and supporters, particularly on this near side. They feel that the job is done. Final whistle, though, yet to sound, and Northern Ireland will have other ideas. There's a Portuguese player down and in real pain. Don't think the referee has noticed her quite yet. It's a substitute, Dolores Silva. We have played the 6 allotted minutes of injury time. Silva receiving attention.
She got caught with an elbow on the side of the face, just collision.
Two players going for the same ball, and Silva managed to get in the way and felt the full force of that challenge. Interesting to see what the referee does now, because we played the 6 minutes. Everyone from the home side have made their way to the edge of the penalty area, hoping that there is going to be time. There's been plenty to celebrate in Portuguese football over the past few years, back-to-back European Championships, a World Cup as well. Are they going to leave Lurgan with all 3 points? There is going to be time. Burns goes long. This is it. Portugal have been awarded to throw it. Play continues. Northern Ireland management team didn't look particularly happy with the decision to award of throwing in the first place.
Yeah, I thought it looked like it was a Northern Ireland ball.
Almost 99 minutes played. And the full-time whistle sounds. Portugal get the job done. Northern Ireland asked them questions, so took an early lead through Lauren Wade. But the table toppers battle back with 2 in the first half. A quiet second. Burns pulled off a couple of good saves. But it's Portugal who make it 12 points for a possible 12. 4 wins from 4. Northern Ireland have 2 games remaining in the group. They take on Malta away on the 12th of July. 4 days later, it's Bosnia and Herzegovina at home. You would expect that game is going to be a battle for second place. Bosnia are there right now, courtesy of their back-to-back victories over Malta. Northern Ireland stuck on 4 points after back-to-back defeats against a top-ranked side in the group. And the balance of play, when you look at the match overall, Northern Ireland probably didn't create enough to leave here with anything.
Yeah, obviously scored the goal early on, and then Portugal started to grow into the game, and bar a couple of late flurries there, you know, Emily Wilson obviously breaking through on the left. I don't really think their goalkeeper had too many shots or balls to deal with from Northern Ireland, and probably a fair reflection on the game, the 2-1 scoreline, but it shows the improvement that Northern Ireland have made from Friday night to go away to Portugal and lose 4-0, and you know they're very much in the game there tonight. Yes, there's a 1-0 deficit, and Portugal probably dominated possession, but Northern Ireland matched them in lots of areas tonight.
So what in particular would you take from this game, from a Northern Ireland point of view?
I think you can take confidence again that you know we've played them on Friday night. We've learned from some of the mistakes maybe that were made. I know you know they were happy with spells of the performances on Friday, but switched off at times, and you know, bar a couple of maybe errors again tonight. Well, a very good goal from Portugal in the first one, an error in the second one. I think there's lots of positives that Northern Ireland can take into the next 2 games, and I'm sure they'll be looking to take maximum points from the 2 games in the July window.
Are we starting to see a new identity within this Northern Ireland side, even when you look at the personnel maybe who weren't involved this evening, and some of the younger players who played a central part?
Yeah, I think that's always going to happen whenever a new manager comes in. You know, she comes in with different principles, as she talks about, and different players that she maybe thinks are more suited to how her team wants to play, as opposed to who's maybe played before. And you know, it gives other people opportunities to step up and to take their place in the team.
And how important are those 2 games in July now when you look at them on paper?
Yeah, they're massive. If Northern Ireland want to be seeded going into the first playoff phase, then they need to take maximum points from those games, because the other groups, the second place teams at the moment, have more points than Northern Ireland. And if Northern Ireland want to finish in the top ranked 6 teams within Group B, then they need to take maximum points from those games.
And hopefully we can look at the goals, all of them coming in the first half. Northern Ireland hitting the front through Lauren Wade early on, and it was all about that link-up play between the trio, the front 3 of Halliday, McGill and Wade. Portugal caught on the hop, if you will, because in many ways that goal sparked them into life, and it was a vastly improved performance after that. You even said yourself it was perhaps even a bit too casual for the Portuguese at the start. Yeah,
and as I said earlier, it's only natural whenever you've dominated a game as much as you did on Friday that they think they're just going to come here and you know, pick up an easy 3 points. And Northern Ireland started the game well, took the lead, and Portugal then realised that they were in a game.
Northern Ireland supporters on a high, as was Lauren Wade, her 12th international goal. But then it was the visiting supporters, a large contingent of Portuguese fans inside the ground. Alves with the cross. Nazareth nodding past Jackie Burns. Well placed header from her. That brought the sides level. Alves scored 2 on Friday. Provides a cross for Nazareth's goal.
Yeah, it's her classic give and go from Nazareth there. She played the ball out wide and made a run into the box and excellently timed Taylor.
And then Norton shortly afterwards, arguably the best player on the pitch, seemed to be absolutely everywhere and didn't give Jolie Andrews a moment when she received that ball. Slightly fortunate with the deflection to find a way past Burns, but it proved to be the crucial goal on the night. Second half, very few chances. This was probably the best one for Portugal, batted away by Jackie Burns. Silva denied, having just come off the bench with all that power and pace.
Yeah, again, excellent from Jackie to get her body in the way and make another crucial save. And there was another crucial one she made in the first half too, to keep Northern Ireland in the game.
The Portuguese players showing their appreciation for the supporters inside Moorview Park. Quite a few of them here for this game. Coming up for Northern Ireland, Malta and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Portugal topping the group at 12 points. Let's look at the results in the group. Bosnia and Herzegovina with that late winner earlier on against Malta that put them into second place in the group, the latest in that encounter between Sweden and the Republic of Ireland. It's the Swedes who lead 1-0 after their victory in Dublin 4 days ago. And this is what it means to the table. Portugal leading the way, 12 points with a goal difference of 10. They've virtually assured themselves that they will win the group. Bosnia and Herzegovina in second on 6, well behind in terms of a goal difference. Then it's Northern Ireland on 4, thanks to their 1 win, 1 draw, and bottom of the table is Malta. Plenty of sport coming up on BBC in the coming days. We switch our attention from women's international football to men's international football. It's live in Radio Ulster on Saturday with highlights on BBC One that evening. Spain against Northern Ireland. Spain, of course, preparing for the Euros then. Also in Spain, it's an encounter against Andorra on Tuesday, the 11th of June. That is live in Radio Ulster, and we will have highlights on BBC One later that evening. But the final score here at Moorview Park in this Women's European Championship qualifier. Back-to-back defeats for Northern Ireland against a strong Portuguese side. It is finished here in Lurgan. Northern Ireland 1, Portugal 2.